Payne with us. He's Fox Business Network contributor and the CEO of Wall Street Strategies. Also our first guest, Lisa Frisch. She's a writer and talk show a radio host. Newly elected Northampton Councilman Bruce Gilbert. And Liette Eaton-White. She is a political commentator for Hip Hop Republican. Welcome, all of you guys.
Thank you.
And of course, the audience, which you guys are never shy. You're never shy. All right. So I want to start, I guess, with the news of the day. And I'm really kind of actually sick and tired of hearing about it. And I'm getting hammered for not talking about Harry Reid. I guess I'm a racist for not talking about Harry Reid now. But personally, I think what's happened with Harry Reid is what's supposed to happen to Harry Reid. He says something stupid, he looks like an idiot, and then you move on with your life and you let the people decide. Right. Am I wrong by thinking that?
No, you're right on.
Well,
yeah, you're absolutely right.
The only thing I will say is that we all know that if it was reversed and he was a member of the Republican Party, this would be front page newspaper stuff and it would not go away. Now, to your point, I think that people are going to decide. Right now, his poll numbers are abysmal. They've gone even further in Nevada. So it looks like people are going to express their opinion on this to the stupidity part of it, but the racial aspect of it has been swept away, unfortunately, by most of the, not just the media, which we expect, but by a lot of the black leaders out there.
Don't you think we're missing the point, though? I think what he did, not so much that it's racist, but what he did was he took something that was way up here historically and something that people have been dreaming about for a long time.
You mean the presidency?
The presidency, and that at the time Barack Obama was a senator and on his way to becoming president, and he just squashed it down and belittled it to a point where it was denigrating the Negro and the light skin. He treated it as if, not that Barack Obama was on his way to becoming president of the United States, like he was on his way to becoming Mr. Black USA or something like that. It was a serious...
I think I've seen enough magazine spreads where I believe the press is trying to make
But you see my point? It's not so much that it was racist, but the terms he used, light skin, Negro, so shallow and so disrespectful to not Obama, but the dream of the people that he was supposedly representing, black and white.
He sounded like, he sounded like somebody from my grandparents' era.
It was ridiculous. Would somebody come out and say, oh, look at Michelle Kwan, well, she's a very good Oriental on that gymnastics.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
And not only that, and not only that, just the notion of a Negro dialect. We have a very bad habit of associating the way people speak with their race. We're giving the way people speak racial equivalents. And that's foolish.
Yeah, though, some people would say that he was being honest about that. You know, listen, if someone calls your house and they're a telemarketer, sometimes you'll say, you know, I think that was a black guy who called me or wasn't.
Well, wait. There's a difference between...
But it's an assumption.
I don't think America is going to elect somebody who speaks Ebonics, but I don't think that anybody's going to elect somebody who's like, yeah, my name's Jeffro, and I'm going to come on up.
Right, exactly.
But one way you can interpret it, though, Glenn, is that not that... President Obama said that it was a compliment to him. It could have been a diss to all the other blacks, the dark-skinned blacks, the blacks who may not speak perfect English.
No.
And in that respect, I think a lot of people should be offended.
But the reason why it wasn't a compliment to him, because not once, if he wanted to compliment our president or anybody else, you talk about who they are, their character.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it had nothing to do with content and character. Absolutely.
Not one word
Well, think about why that statement was made. Think about the timing of that statement. It's somewhat convenient. For years, if you've looked at the Democrat Party, what you'll see is that they've used race as the tool to divide and eventually polarize a nation into conforming to, at the polls, to voting the way they want them to vote.
Yeah,
it's the oldest. It's one of the oldest forms in the book. What you do is you create the need, and then you conveniently have a solution for whatever problem that, in this case, you created. Now, I don't see racism here as the issue. I see the relevance here as race being used as, once again, a tool to divide and conquer the nation. And I think the timing of the whole thing was rather convenient in a smoke and mirrors fashion.
Who thinks that it was also not only an insult to Barack Obama, or to the African American community, but also an insult to the American people.
Oh,
absolutely.
that's exactly what I think.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's an
the
assumption
society
that
is
America
old.
won't
It
vote for
belittles
someone
the
with dark
voter.
skin.
Credit.
It
Give
makes
us more
them
credit.
seem small enough to think that they would let something like that affect their wherewithal when it comes to going
It's
to
an
the polls.
extension of what they really think, and it exposes how they're incapable of looking beyond a person's character. And one thing I wrote about is if they can't do that for a man who is on his way to becoming president of the United States, how can they do it for each one of us in this room?
Well, it was elitist. I mean, that's, let's put it that way, too. It really was that sort of elitist. There are only certain kind of people that can lead this country. That's why
Well, they're doing
Sarah
the same
Palin
thing.
wasn't qualified.
I was just going to say they're doing the same thing with
Yeah.
Sarah Palin. Well,
Exactly.
let me ask you this: how many here think that America is a racist nation? You do. One.
Hello.
How many people here think that America is a good nation that does have some racist in it?
Every
Well,
nation is a good nation with racism.
With racist in it. I mean,
And there's good and bad people everywhere.
Do you think that we are a racist nation?
People have prejudices based on their backgrounds, and unfortunately, one of the main things people see is skin color.
But I agree with that, but I disagree with that as well. I think times have changed so much that you do see. I really think that we are in the era of the content of character. If people don't play it, if you're not playing it, and I think we have been played as a society for so long by politicians. We were talking before we went on the air, and I can't believe how many people nodded their heads saying, exactly right. When I was in, excuse my voice, when I was in Israel, I'm getting emotional. When I was in Israel the first time, I remember walking down the street, and Israel is divided into different sections, and I went from the Jewish section to the Palestinian section, and one was bright and clean, and this one part of the Palestinian section, just an archway separated it, and the other was dark and dingy. And